Hello, everyone. My name is Haley, and this is my theater history project. So, when I was thinking about what I wanted to do for my project, I remembered back to a day in our theater history class when we were talking about Elizabethan times. And during this time, women were not allowed to act on stage whatsoever. And I remember my teacher telling me that back in those times they had all the males play the parts because God forbid a woman be on stage. And so in order for men to play the female parts, they had to do Shakespearean drag. Now, I don't know a lot about drag whatsoever. The only thing I really know about drag is from the episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race that my best friend makes me watch on the occasion, and then from the lovely Lucy Baton, that is one of my close friends that I've done photo shoots and watched some of her shows, and she's just beautiful, spectacular, and amazing. So when I was looking into Shakespearean drag, I started with a Google search, and literally nothing came up. And so I tried to dig a little deeper, and still nothing. And it just kept on going on like that, where it was like nothing upon nothing upon nothing. And there was this point in the process where I literally thought that I was not going to be able to figure out what I was gonna do, and that this whole project was gonna have to be something completely different. I was literally on the ground crying and freaking out because I couldn't find anything. That really comes from because during that time period, not a lot of people knew how to read or write, and so not a lot of history was recorded down. So most of the things that we know about Shakespearean drag today is purely speculation. They have found some drawings that kind of is what we think that Shakespearean drag is, and the closest thing that we've seen today was Tim Carroll, and he did an all-male version of Twelfth Night and Richard III at London's West End. He used what he believes is Shakespearean drag, and he had his dramaturg do research, but like I said, it's hard to find anything really out there on it. So she did what she believed was the closest thing, and so that's where I really based off of my Shakespearean drag. So I started with Clown White for the base of the makeup, which is the closest to the makeup they had back in the Elizabethan period. And a fun fact about that makeup is that it was made out of bat poop, which is also called guano. Then I used a blush in an upwards angle because that's what men of the time believed that women's blush looked like. After that, I filled in Cordell's eyebrows because apparently it was considered sexy for women to have big bushy eyebrows back in the day. And then finally I finished off with a lip color, which was typically a bright red. Was the corset. It was typical for men to wear a male version of a corset, which was similar to a one-piece swimsuit. But corsets were expensive because they were made with whale bones. So if a man couldn't afford a corset, he would use a long piece of fabric and wrap it around their body to make them look skinty. Then came the dress. Now our costume shop doesn't have a lot of Elizabethan dresses, but the one that I chose was the closest. Bright colors were not really a thing in that time because dyes were expensive. The only thing this dress was really missing was the very big collar that was popular during the Elizabethan time period. And then finally came the wig. Hair wigs back in this time, wigs were made out of three things: real hair, wool, and yarn. But hair and wool could be pretty expensive, so most wigs were made from yarn for drag. There you have it, Shakespearean drag. so much for watching and bearing with me through what was probably a pretty difficult but very fun experience. If you want to see where I found all my information, you can look at the links down below in the description bar. Bye!
You know what I look like right now? Have you seen Tropic Thunder?
Yes.
You know when they kidnap Ben Stiller and they make him put in the makeup and everything?
Yes!
Simple Jack? You put some fucking red dots on my face, I'm Simple Jack.